Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marati.
MJ up in the house.
We're just 48 hours away until we go back to the 80s at Memorial Hall, downtown Melrose, Massachusetts, this Saturday night, November the 13th. Tickets, VIP packages, if there are any available, bostonwrestling.com. But right now, it's time for Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Wrestling fans, years have become months that have become weeks, and now we're talking days and even hours as Boston Wrestling MWF celebrates its 20th anniversary, going back to the 90s. Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. The superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow will take part in a live wrestling event, autograph photo, fan fest, VIP exclusive Q&A, plus the kickoff to our annual Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. After Jimmy Kimmel embarrassed Melrose for, well, being Melrose, we're also going to have a superstar costume contest where best dressed wins an awesome autographed prize. On November the 13th, you'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blayze, a.k.a. Medusa, from WCW, WWE Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Marty Jannetty, the Doctor of Style Slick, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese, Portuguese Man of War Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact Wrestling World Champion Die Hard Eddie Edwards, JTG of Cryme Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, AEW's Jacques Rougeau, and more. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at bostonwrestling.com. We'll see you live November the 13th.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans, welcome back. My voice is still hoarse. What a weekend we had, Marty. All of the great superstars for the kids from Make-A-Wish and Special Olympics. What's that?
Why is that?
Because we like to give them their own private event so they can have, you know, their own night.
Okay.
And for the ticket buying fans, they had the big event at night, along with the autographs, the photos, the Q&A, and the live wrestling was out of this world. I cannot wait until we do it all over again with Soul Survivor 10. We're going to be talking more about that soon. But before we get into the context of the wrestling of this show, Marty.
A new episode?
Yes. We are now looking forward to our annual Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. We are going to be headed to beautiful, sunny Tampa, Florida for Wrestle House 2. We have a plethora of guests lined up, including WWE Hall of Famer Jerry Briscoe and many more.
Horowitz. Barry said
I didn't know he was coming.
He said you told him. Barry Horowitz.
I've never spoken to Barry Horowitz in my life.
Well, he wouldn't lie, though. He's pretty straight.
Are you sure it was the right Dan Marati? There's a lot of us. It's like thin fan.
Yeah,
There's a lot of us.
I might have fucked that one
all
up.
Right. That's all right. Well, maybe you did. All right.
No, who do we got, though? We got a bunch of guys down in Tampa.
When we're going to be talking about that more and more, especially during the commercial breaks when we have everything lined up. I know our dear friend, as of when we tape this, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's going to be joining us, that being Dutch Mantell, Zeb Coulter, Native American Tatanka, I believe. When we are taping this, these are not confirmed. These are just folks we've talked with, and I hate to do that. I'm breaking my own rule as far as that goes. But I do know the Hall of Famer Jerry Briscoe is going to be there because Jerry Briscoe.
In Tampa, yeah.
Well, no, Jerry Briscoe told me that this year he is the captain of the Paul Bearer Toy Drive, so he's going to be helping line up a lot of the people.
That's
so we got some
cool.
really cool stuff planned down in TPA. Even though it won't be the warmest weather in early December down in Tampa, it'll be a lot better than Boston.
It won't be bad.
It'll be a lot better than Boston.
It's flooded in Hartford. And I got to go there tomorrow. It is
November 8th.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, y'all.
We're getting ready for sweaters in Turkey.
They had Idaho. What was it called?
Ida, yeah. The people don't care. It's old news. We're going to talk about
it's flooded in Hartford. I got to go to Hartford. How am I getting there?
We're going to get you a raft. It's so flooded. You and Lou are going to go down with 2 oars.
I smell
Captain
coffee.
Lou Data. All right, let's talk about the first TV shot at 1991, Huntsville, Alabama. Brother Love got a little bit of heat, and to me it seemed like kind of a harmless angle. He did the old.
What was it?
He did the old religious route
Ooh.
where they brought out a blind man that was in a wheelchair and he couldn't see, and Brother Love was able to heal him and bring him back to life, and he could walk,
I love Bruce
and he
to
took
death.
his glasses off and he could see.
Who was
Why
it?
would something so simple get so much heat
Who
from
was
the
in
media?
the wheelchair?
I think it was just an extra.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know. I have no idea.
Yeah,
But it got a lot of heat, and I never understood why. Does it sound like something overly offensive to you?
We're not telling you. You got to remember. Y'all got to remember something. Back then, I was young,
Yeah.
and it was girls every night, every
Yeah.
night, every night.
You
But I
didn't
think you're
care
talking
about
Bruce
work.
Pritchard.
Yeah.
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 And what did he do?
He did you remember the Brother Love show?
Yeah.
He did
Oh,
an
yeah.
angle. They wheeled out a guy who was blind and couldn't walk
Who
and
was
couldn't
it?
see. I have no idea. But he did an
It
angle
wasn't
where
Gobber Goober.
he used his, religious healing powers, and the guy stood up and he took his glasses off and he could see. And
I
it got
do
all
remember
kinds of
that.
heat.
Yeah.
But why
Oh,
was
fuck,
there
who
so much
was
heat
that?
over it?
Oh, fuck. Because you're making fun. Because people got, crippled people.
Well, I don't want to speak for everyone that's physically disabled, but
Well,
you
you
know my
don't.
body is physically challenged. It doesn't
Who?
offend me.
You're kind of physically challenged.
I am. That's what I mean. I'm not offended in the least by that. I think it was kind of funny.
Let me ask you something
Yeah.
in front of TV.
All right, let's hear it, baby.
When's the last time you washed your dick?
That I washed it?
Yes.
When I was in the shower this morning.
You washed it?
Yeah, I do
would
it
you-
every day.
Why do I smell it right now?
It was probably Lou. He was out back with some of those Tinder pigs, so you know how that goes. I don't want to say anything about Captain Lou because
Hey,
we
man,
hopefully we're still
I
doing
love
Sunday
our
Night
brothers.
Live
I love-
at this point.
Yeah, okay.
We have
All right.
fun on Sunday nights when we do have our live episodes.
This is
But
Friday.
what's that? It's
Friday.
Thursday. It's when we party with Marty on Thursday. Unless
This
it'd have to be a long episode
Is
for us
this
to go
live?
from. No.
Okay.
Definitely not live.
My phone.
Over there. Santa Claus is going to
here.
bring you a new one next month. At the same TV shoot, we saw the singles debut, or a dark match, I should say, of John Nord. How is it to see your buddy getting a tryout to try and get into the
It
company?
wasn't a tryout.
No, well, it was a tryout. He only worked as John Nord that
You
night.
asked me, then answered.
Oh, well, I'm sorry then. I interrupted you. I apologize.
No, I don't mind the interruption, but you're telling me the answer. John was good. He's a big old boy, man.
Yes.
Did you ever meet him?
I want him here.
Yeah.
We
me too.
crossed paths, exchanging. I shouldn't even say this, but maybe by this point we'll have done it. We played phone tag, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, and I called him and told him.
Yes.
And
Oh,
he
did you?
said-
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He said okay.
I think he'd
But
be fun. But anyway,
here's the thing about John, and this is like November, because right now, what month is this?
it's
September.
November 18th.
No, what?
Oh,
right
we're
now.
taping?
Yeah.
What is today? September 2nd, Lou? 3rd?
Third.
Third. So we're taping September 3rd.
Okay. And so when John sees this, he already knows I love him. Not like that, but he
He's a
knows.
good friend.
Yes.
He's a brother. He's
Yes,
part of the fraternity.
Yes. And that brother is so a good brother, and he like hat. He loves having fun. He loves you, and you're fun to cut up with. You get mad at me sometimes, but he loves.
I don't get mad. I get frustrated. There's a difference.
Well, because we got to hurry through. Yeah.
Yes.
But John's the best.
Well, were you
we
happy to
can
see him
get
as
him.
part of the WWF?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, except where he wore those horns.
Well, like I said, that night, at least at that TV taping, he worked just as John Nord with no gimmick. Almost like Nord the Barbarian, just as John
Which
Nord.
is what he was in AWA.
Right.
Yeah.
So he really didn't have a gimmick. He was just doing a dark match
No,
to
he
get
had a gimmick. Hoof, hoof, hoof. You know where he got that from?
Brody.
Yes.
He was almost like a Brody protege, was he not?
He really loved Brody. You know what
Were they
happened?
really close?
Yep,
Really?
yep. Do you know what happened?
Tony's told the story.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that. I'm not sure if that's true.
Well, tell us what you've heard.
No, because I don't have to jump Tony. You know, Tony's big.
I know. I've sat with him here enough times.
But I ain't got no problem with big guys because I got a lot of damn martial arts behind me.
Do you?
Yeah. And I love, but here's the thing. Can I say love? I love Tony.
I used to.
Yeah, you say
I still care about him as a human being, though, despite all of his stuff.
That's nice of you. Yeah.
I wish he was still with us doing the show. I'll be honest.
I do too, man. And
we had a lot of fun.
Let's call.
Who? There's no universe we know they exist
but
in.
he's on there a lot.
Well, good. He can stay there. I just wish, again, very simply, that whatever his grievance was with me, we discussed it.
Dan, I'm going to teach you something real quick
me, baby.
on camera.
What are you going to teach me?
When somebody comes at you and they have to bend over, then you overhook. And you just drive them right down to the ground. And I don't want to do that, Tony. I like Tony.
I do too. Like I said, you heard that conversation that is eons ago by the time this episode is being taped.
Why did he go? You know what?
All the man simply had to do was explain what his problems might have been, and I think two people could have spoken and come to a resolution that either A, we can resolve his grievance, or B, we can't resolve his grievance. And then we part as friends. Instead, you steal and you stab in the back.
What happened?
Huh?
What happened?
I don't know.
Now we're so close.
I still have no idea. He just vanished.
But you know what he did to me?
He buried you.
Yes. And I was the only motherfucker.
You go ahead.
It's okay?
Yep.
I wouldn't say motherfucker though. I was the only guy on the road that had anything to do with him. This is recent, like 5 years ago. We was in New York City, we was doing a show. Nobody went with, and I don't know, I sent you pictures, remember that?
Yep, you did.
And I had a black girlfriend and a black guy friend, not like that.
Yeah,
but,
just a friend.
And the camera guy, I didn't know him that well. All black. And I was the only white motherfucker in the goddamn room. Excuse my language about that, I shouldn't have said it. But
you're a little hot, that's all right.
Oh, well, I don't want to be.
You were disrespected.
But we sat there, I got pictures, I think I sent you. Me and Tony are laughing our ass off, because Tony's a fun guy. And
he
we're
is,
sitting there, and we're sitting there laughing our ass off. And then he calls me a racist. I've talked to Marty. Oh, I can't do it that way. I've talked to,
you can do it that way.
Can I do Tony?
Yeah, if you want.
I've talked to Marty twice in 10 years. Or was it 20?
20 minutes.
Because he messed up.
20 minutes in 10 years, yeah.
And he goes, 30 seconds a year. Nah, Ninja, you fucked that one up. We spent 1 hour and a half.
In one day?
Yes, in one show. In the hotel room. You can't get more personal than that.
It's a shame that he does those types of things. Like I said,
does he realize he's doing that?
Maybe he's starting to slip from CTE. I don't know. But his friends had explained to me that they think that he has like mutual friends.
Yeah.
They think someone he knew up in Maine said, "Oh, if you buy a laptop for $200 at Walmart, you can do the same thing and you can make all this money." And they did
you're talking about that guy.
Yeah, one video that was viewed by 30 people, which I think is pathetic.
Check and see when Clemson, Georgia's playing.
That's Captain Lou.
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow, though.
Captain Lou Data, the veteran from the Goonies.
What am I going to do? I got to go to Hartford?
No, we got to go to a commercial break. Right now, fans, I feel like you, Marty, back in the 80s. I'm all rocked out.
Would you ever give Tony a hand job?
Oh, please. I wouldn't even give him a handshake. We'll be back after this brief timeout. Wrestling fans, years have become months that have become weeks, and now we're talking days and even hours as Boston Wrestling MWF celebrates its 20th anniversary, going back to the 90s. Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. The superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow will take part in a live wrestling event, autograph photo, fan fest, VIP exclusive Q&A, plus the kickoff to our annual Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks toy drive. After Jimmy Kimmel embarrassed Melrose for, well, being Melrose. We're also going to have a superstar costume contest where best dressed wins an awesome autographed prize. On November the 13th, you'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blayze, a.k.a. Medusa, from WCW, WWE Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Marty Jannetty, the Doctor of Style Slick, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese, Portuguese Man of War Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact Wrestling World Champion Die Hard Eddie Edwards, JTG of Cryme Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, AEW's Jacques Rougeau, and more. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at BostonWrestling.com. We'll see you live November the 13th. Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marati.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
On October 28th, 2020, Wrestling's Scariest Night was back with WWE NXT Halloween Havoc. This limited edition collector's autograph poster is number 12 of only 100 produced and is signed by all 9 superstars featured on the poster, including Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, Dexter Lumis, Cameron Grimes, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Gonzalez, and your Halloween Havoc host, Shotzi Blackheart. Comes with WWE authentication hologram on the back. You'll also receive an on-air thank you from WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas and a bonus mystery autograph photo. Help keep wrestling legends working. Get this awesome collectible now. Wrestling fans, especially here in the Boston area, we want to thank our great friends at Red Rose for their support for all of our charitable endeavors and programming efforts. Red Rose is 2 years young and extremely thankful for all the support they've had from our neighbors here in Melrose and beyond for an amazing first 2 years. Red Rose thanks Melrose and all of the first responders who have fought the good fight and have never given up hope during these unprecedented times. We did it together. Follow Red Rose on Facebook for their anniversary special, facebook.com/Red Rose Melrose. You'll be glad you did. Open until 2 a.m. Red Rose will give you fresh, piping hot, mouth-watering food that'll put an ear-to-ear smile on even the toughest critic's face. Check out their full menu online at redrosema.com or give them a call, 781-620-1889. Wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insiders. Dan Marati here with Marty Jannetty. We're starting to prepare for our big endeavor down south for the Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive in honor of that man, Paul Bearer. What were you going to say, Marty? Let's hear this.
It's MJ in the house, and then you dab. That dab shit's old. Do you know your team, Boston, got rid of Cam Newton?
By the time this is, yes, certainly we did.
Oh, yeah.
We're considering we're halfway through the, well, more than halfway through the season.
But right now, while we're taking September 3rd.
Well, it's almost Thanksgiving, so.
Oh, you mean on there?
On here, when you know, when it's actually important.
Why would you get rid of Cam Newton?
You'd have to ask Bill. I think it had something to do with he didn't want to get the coronavirus shot.
Yeah,
and they had to have, if you didn't, there's all kinds of.
I didn't get it, and I think I got it.
Why?
Because I keep sniffling. They say you can't smell and taste.
Yeah.
And the girl I was with last night didn't smell or.
Oh, really? They didn't taste anything. Well, I know that waitress at Fridays, you really wanted to have a little...
No, stop. Precious, what'd you call her?
Precious, yeah, Precious. All right, with interesting tidbit of 1991, we mentioned that is the day after Christmas, the Honky Tonk Man gave notice. Greg the Hammer Valentine... Honky Tonk.
He quit?
The day after Christmas in 1990. But in early 1991, that meant Greg the Hammer Valentine could go back to his usual look of having blonde hair. Do you think Annie had... No, he didn't go with Beefcake, but...
What were they called, though?
The Dream Team.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the Cream Team of Terry Garvin and Mel Phillips, but do you think Annie preferred Greg black hair or blonde hair?
Do what?
Do you think Annie preferred Greg as a blonde or black hair?
We started the show out in Denver, Colorado. But I will say this, because Greg's my boy. I love Greg to death. I gave you the number.
I know.
Did you call him?
I texted him.
What, did he text you?
Yeah, I'm going to do it again. But anyway, keep going with what you were saying.
The one most embarrassing thing, because you know, Brutus, I love you to death, but when I set you up with that midget, he got mad. He called me, get this midget out of my room. It was his birthday. You know what, I'm gonna leave that. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But it was, can I say shit on
Yes,
TV?
please. Go ahead.
And Brutus remembers. Beefcake, y'all, if y'all remember him. It was a little midget girl, and we kind of just so horrible. Yeah, I'm gonna sit up. It wasn't a joke, but it was kind of a joke. You know, because a little midget girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, you know, I paid. It was money. I paid. I think it was like $100 back then. This is like 20, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. And you know, yeah, we didn't care. We had money, and she went to Bruce's room, which was right down the hallway from me. But he called me on the phone. He goes, "Get this fucking midget out of my room."
Well, do you think that Annie had a preference in Greg? Do you think maybe she enjoyed eating his ass more when he had black hair?
We
or
started the
blonde?
show in Denver, Colorado. I will say this.
Yeah.
I never
She did have a
knew-
preference.
I've never licked asshole.
Yeah. Well, that might be for the best. I think Jackie's excited because he wants one of the midgets. But
You want a midget? Oh shit, is that okay?
well, you know what the thing is? He's a joke man. He might laugh at the midget. Would you laugh at the midget while making love to her?
Are you?
Afterwards. Afterwards, you'd make a
Oh,
joke
that's not
out
right.
of it.
Are you married?
No, he's too funny.
You got some beautiful eyebrows, brother.
Well, that's good.
How do you do that?
Mother Nature. Mother Nature. Just
Yeah,
like
yeah. You seen them? They're pretty good.
they're excellent, as a matter of fact. But
Yeah.
let me ask you this.
What?
Did you, all jokes aside about Annie, even though Brutus Beefcake did dedicate a chapter of his book to their romance, their
He
ass-eating,
did not romance her.
well, their ass-eating romance, he said it was the only time that he would smile. He
Can I
wrote it
qu-
in his book. You can't even blame that one on me.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Oh, where'd Brother Man go?
The
Brother
joke,
Man.
he's telling jokes back there
Look,
with Captain
look.
Lou.
And I don't mind, gay people. Do I look gay if I sit like this?
No, that's good.
You agree too?
I can't see, but I'll go with I trust the
Well,
joke
I
man's
trust Brother.
professionalism.
Are we okay? Because it feels weird.
All Annie joking aside,
Okay.
did you see any potential at this point now, after 8 years in the company, as Greg with a very little personality as a babyface?
He was pretty plain. But that's my brother. I love him so much. But he was plain, man.
They
I
had,
actually told him one time, I told him smile, and he did it, and it was like, oh, no, never mind. don't smile again. It looked like a fish on a hook.
is that what it looked like, a fish on a hook?
Yeah,
Why is he such an unhappy-looking human being?
But he's not unhappy. He's fun.
Is he?
Why
We was
you
with
got me
us
looking
one
gay?
time, 2004,
Yeah.
and he was a nice enough guy. I wouldn't say he
Always
was a lot of fun.
Him and Ron Garvin, oh my God, did they tear each other
Oh
up.
yeah, we talked about
They
that
did
in
this.
'89. Those blood vessels. You're gonna hit break the mic, Marty. The mic.
Oh shit, sorry.
We
We're
don't
good?
want Jackie. We got to keep him laughing. We don't want him angry. He'll let you know if there's a problem. Don't
Yeah, but
worry.
they used, are we good?
Yeah, we're good. Did you-
Where's Jack Daniels? Not Jack Daniels.
Captain Lou.
Yeah, Captain
Lou David.
Cap.
The captain had to go do a run for us.
Oh, he's gone?
Yeah. What was I going to
what
say?
kind of
Well,
run?
back to what we're focused
Yeah,
on with
they used
Valentine.
to tear each other up.
But I'm saying, did you think they could do anything with Valentine at that point, or was it almost a gift that they gave him a job?
That.
He did pretty much. They would put him on the big shows until he left. I mean, he jobbed out to Earthquake at WrestleMania 7 quick. He jobbed out to IRS at SummerSlam
But he's
quick.
still getting paid.
He was still getting paid, but he was pretty much an enhancement guy with
This
a little
song.
name value. Well, I mean, could you have seen Valentine with a big push?
Ask Ronnie Garvin. They tore. You know when
We're looking at 1991 now. You're
Yes,
talking
and
about a
that's
feud from
when
1989.
When was Ronnie there?
89, they had that feud.
Right, and they would come in the dressing room.
I understand that, but that was 2 years
They
ago.
would be handprint. It would be
Yeah.
like, you know how the blood kind of comes to
Blood
surface?
vessels, yeah.
Yeah.
The mic, Marty, the mic.
Oh shit. But they wouldn't fuck. We watched, they would, and you know what? They would have 20-minute matches of doing. That's all they did. They didn't have one arm
Well, they were
drag.
both NWA Crockett guys, you know. They were down there, and that was that style for so long.
I feel gay right now, and I don't got nothing against my gay people. Why you got me sitting like this?
Marty, I don't. You can
But
say however
anyway,
you
they
want.
would
All right.
chop each other. I mean, we would watch it to see who chopped last.
Yeah.
And they would fucking wear each other out with it. And we'd be like watching from the curtain and doing this. God damn. Excuse my language.
All right.
But I don't know we don't know who won.
I don't think anyone
would you
cared.
think-
It was just a boring, lifeless feud that just never ended.
But they kept doing it.
They never ended.
Yeah.
They turned Garvin into a referee for a while, but you can check out the archives in our 1989 episodes. There's plenty of talk
Can't
about
believe it's so
Valentine
lucky.
and Garvin from '89 back then. Again, I didn't see much in Valentine in '91 as a babyface that they could do much with. Obviously, they agreed because he didn't even last a full year, but we'll get there as time goes on. At one of the TV tapings in early January, Power and Glory went over the unique team of Saba Simba and Paul Diamond without the mask. And after the match, as Power and Glory were already turning Saba Simba into a jobber 4 months after he started.
Is that what it was, 91?
91. The Mariner made his debut, running to the ring to save
Who?
Saba Simba
Who was
and
it?
Paul
Who was that?
Diamond. The Mariner?
Yeah.
Well, he would also do the same later on after a Rick Martel squash.
Yeah, but who
it
is
was
it?
Brutus Beefcake under a mask after that injury he had that previous July 4th. He
Oh,
was
with
almost
his-
like
with
a
the-
military
with
man.
his
Yeah.
thing?
Do you remember seeing Brutus as this masked Mariner?
No, I actually don't remember that.
Really? I do. Well, was it good to see Beefcake back? Even though, did he look different to you?
I like him, so yeah.
But no, did he look kind of little different after the accident?
I
No?
didn't know he was back that quick.
He wasn't wrestling. They just came up with the
Yeah.
idea that he'd do run-ins
You know why?
after heels because he got a job carrying Hogan's bags. Well, he did,
I wouldn't wanna
and there
say
was a
that
lot of
part.
There was a lot of jealousy. Bret
Hogan-
Hart buried
you
him.
know what happened? Shit, we on TV?
Yeah,
I still got to tell it.
yeah.
Hogan got tired of him.
He
Right?
got tired of Beefcake.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because he kept taking advantage.
Oh.
And Hogan said, I can't do it no more.
I
And
heard.
I'm not supposed to tell y'all that. I didn't tell him that.
No.
Okay.
I heard.
What'd you hear?
And this is in much more recent times, though, that
Okay.
Hogan kind of got fed up with him at one point, maybe say 10 years ago, because he would use his name a little too much for certain things. So does that make sense? Is that a time cue, Jackie, or an adjustment? No. It's an adjustment, all right. Well, he wouldn't joke with us, so don't worry.
I guess you with some tweezers.
All right, Marty, back to the point of contention.
No,
Is
'cause your
that
eyebrows are so
something you
beautiful.
noticed that
Go ahead.
Beefcake would do? Would
Do
he
what?
try and capitalize off of his friendship with Hulk?
I'm going to be honest with y'all.
It's the only way you know how to be.
Yeah, I always try to be. I love Beaver.
Yeah.
That's my brother. I like him, but goddamn. He only got where he was because of Hulk. I mean, he had that big ass. Remember when he came in? That's why they called him Beefcake.
Yeah.
You know, he had that big ass, and you know Vince wanted to tear it up.
Well,
But he had
I
that-
didn't know that, but
Well, now you do.
Yeah.
And he had that big ass, and I guess he was. I'm not into guys. Nothing against guys, but I'm not into guys as far as sex. And he came through. Hogan, I ain't supposed to tell this.
no, go ahead.
All right. Hogan supported him, but he kept fucking up. I love you, Beefer. I love you, brother. You know that. Missy might be watching. That's his wife, his girl. Have you talked to her?
We've interacted before, yep. She
Oh, yeah,
seems
that's
like
right.
a nice lady.
Hey, yeah. Did she come to the studio?
No, her son-in-law did.
Who the hell's that?
The man that married her daughter. If you really want me to be honest, the man that married her daughter was her son-in-law.
Missy's. I love Missy. I love both of them. You know, I didn't know about the son-in-law, but yeah, they're both great. Well, you didn't like. Did Beefcake do bad on here?
The crew didn't like him very much. The studio didn't like him very much.
Why?
He just he
you-
wasn't
Can I
all
tell you-
that pleasant. He was kind of, you know,
One time we
like
were.
I said, not every appearance you set up is going to work out to perfection. That was one that was far from perfection.
Nasties too.
There were times I thought the Nasty Boys interviews were excellent.
You said you
I
didn't
don't
like, you
think
didn't like
the
Sags.
Beefcake ones are excellent. Huh?
You didn't like Sag.
I like Sags.
Okay.
I'd love to have Sags back.
You said he fucked with Matt Daddy.
Oh, there's no denying that, but that had nothing to do with the quality of his interviews. I think the difference is,
They were pretty good.
I think the Nasty Boys were smart enough to know, or just through our interactions, that I've been around the block a little bit. When they saw Socko coming out, acting as the expert of everything, at the ripe
That's
old
not
age
what he
of
was
20,
doing.
they took offense to it. And they threw
you know what
Sharpies
you know
at
what
him.
Sag
and-
said?
What?
He was saying something to him, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" he was telling Sags how to do an interview.
Oh,
Love you.
see, I didn't know
I
that
love you,
part.
Matt. Yeah, that's what Sag told me.
Did
he? Yeah, he said he's telling me what to do, which kind of is messed up, Matt Daddy. I love you. You know that.
No,
But-
I have to say, nothing against Knobs. Was that a cue? Yep. So that would. This
Wait,
is for
wait.
Oh no! Come on.
Oh, okay.
I thought the Sags interviews were nothing against Knobs, but the Sags ones were exceptional. Very, very good.
Real good.
Very, very good.
Well, Sag should, Knob should have been.
He was just. We didn't get as much recorded with him as we did with Sags because
because of
Knobs
balls.
was kind of in a rough shape that day. You know, it's
that-
hard for him to
yeah,
travel,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so. And I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying it was a kind of a rough day for him. You know,
Yeah.
but Sags was excellent.
On time, so he got mad at Matt Daddy.
They were humming Sharpies at him, and Matt
They were
Daddy
doing what?
refused to take the Nasty Boys back to the
No,
hotel.
what'd you say they were humming? What'd you just say?
Sharpies, like markers.
Oh, sure.
He was because there was some kind of technical problem. I had to get up and leave. So Matt was in this chair hosting, and they got tired of him. So they were sitting there throwing pens at him, and so the fans didn't like Socko, and then the fans didn't like the Nasty Boys either. It was a disaster
They didn't like Sag.
because they were coming off. I'll say this: during the Cyber autograph signing, they were kind of coming off like jerks. Now, whether they were playing into the gimmick, I don't know. I kind of came in towards the
when
tail
they get
end of
mad,
it.
I know them real well.
Well, they had enough of Socko.
When they go that route, and you better move.
And Socko said, I'm not driving him.
You know Knobs.
I'm not driving him.
You know Knobs. Who was the Ultimate Fighter? It's pretty bad.
Shamrock.
Shamrock.
Yeah.
Do you know what Sag did to him?
Yeah.
What he did?
Took him out
Yep.
in a hotel room fight down in
He
North
was going to throw
Carolina.
him over the balcony. The police were coming.
Wow.
And he was going to throw him. He had already.
Well, it's a good thing it didn't go that far.
Yeah, because Knobs plays. He don't mean no harm. He just plays.
Yeah!
But
I don't mean any harm, Marty.
Yeah, well, that's ass-eating bat. What's her name? Annie.
Yeah. Really? Annie got nasty?
No. It's just where you sounded.
You want to hear a funny one, though?
What?
Obviously, you know, she comes up in virtually every interview. And I asked him about Greg, and he went, "Oh, that's my brother-in-law."
She said that
No, that's what Nob said.
about Annie.
No, Greg.
Oh, but it is his brother.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, that's my brother-in-law."
I will not tell y'all this. Oh boy, this is bad.
Yeah.
But it's true. Oh boy, do you think they'll see this?
No.
His wife.
No.
I introduced him, and I hate this. I was tired of fucking her, and introduced them, and they've been married now for like what, 30 years?
Mrs. Janstranovitz.
Who?
Mrs. Yinstranovitz,
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know.
whatever
yeah.
her name was, yeah.
Yeah, me and her accidentally had sex. Right? She's supposed to tell this on TV. But yeah, and I reduced them.
Was she nasty?
Huh?
Was she nasty?
No. No, she was a good girl.
And her
Still
sister
is.
wound up with the hammer.
And no, I thought
No?
Hammer was still with Linda.
I thought Knobs and Valentine were married to two sisters.
Or maybe you're right. Yeah,
Because Knobs started yelling that when we mentioned Annie, that
but
Greg was his brother-in-law.
Yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, our friend Commissioner Von Johnson used to have to be like the middleman.
That's the surfboard guy?
You know, he was the guy that was driving when we were in the car accident with the Sheik.
Oh,
Every
shit.
time Annie needed to make contact with Greg, he would have to call Greg to set up whatever was going on.
What was going on?
Probably a little ass eating.
Oh, man.
That would be my
started the
guess.
show out in
That would be
Timber.
my guess. I don't know, but again,
but
Brutus
Greg,
Beefcake's
I-
book details it in great detail.
I really like Knobs' wife. I really liked her. There was no
Yeah.
problem at all. At
You just
all.
got tired of the pounding. That's all.
Yes. Well, yeah, sort of. And
Jackie has a lot of women like that.
Who?
Jackie the joke man in the control
Where
room.
you at, brother?
He shut off the lights. He may have one back there now for all we know.
Let me go back there.
All right, we'll find out.
But Knobs, oh my God, this is on TV. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this.
You can do it. You can do it. You have express written consent.
We kind of liked each other.
You and Mrs. Yinstranovitz or you and Mrs. Valentine?
How'd you know about that?
What?
Did we just say that?
You had both of them, both sisters.
Okay.
It was a family affair.
Did she die yet?
No,
'Cause she was
I
sick.
didn't.
Remember, she was sick.
Which one?
Greg's.
I didn't even know that. No. Was she expected to pass away?
She wasn't doing good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And that's been a few years.
Well, we know
I'll
not, as of we're taping this, we know Brian's in the hospital. So hopefully Mrs. Yinstranovitz is giving him a little
Brian's still
TLC.
alive. Where's
Yes, well, that's a nice way to put it, yeah.
Where's my phone?
In the studio somewhere. But
Over
do you
there.
think a lot of the boys resented Beefcake for getting a payday to come in and carry Hogan's bags?
Let me tell you what, I love Beaver, that's my
Yeah.
boy.
Jackie, did you give us a signal we missed?
No, I gave you the first signal.
Oh, okay.
6 minutes till the second.
All right, thank you. All right.
A lot of the guys got mad at Beaver because he couldn't work. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, brother, but you couldn't. And he would do everybody's gimmick, meaning like the Bushwhackers.
Yeah.
He'd get in the ring and do, hey, whoa, you know, and everybody, it was over, everybody's gimmick. They finally told him, they said, knock it off. But some of the boys will knock it off if he didn't, you know, and Duggan in particular told him, do it again. with the hole.
Yeah.
And he said, do it again.
Well, that was an interest, but
What's
that was before his accident, I think. But as
Yeah, I
far
think
as
it
when
might
he
have
came
been, yeah.
back after that accident, and he was, while you guys were on the road all working, he was getting a payday to carry Hogan's
Beaver?
bags. Was there any resentment
I
towards
don't
him
know
from the
if he
boys?
was carrying his bag.
Well, what was he doing for Hogan then? He was like his
Friends, they were
Bret Hart
friends.
called him his
They were-
manservant in his book.
Well, yeah, that's Brett then, but the only thing I know is they were friends.
No, I understand that, but I mean, he was coming back.
What do
He
you
really
want me to
wasn't working. He was getting paid.
Who?
Was Beefcake? That was the guys that were actually out there going to the shows and wrestling and putting their bodies on the line out there. Did they resent a little that someone was getting paid to do nothing?
I thought I just told you. I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, yes or no?
On that question,
How about that? Yes or no? Yes, they resented the fuck out of him because he was getting a payday for carrying bags, or no, B. We were happy to see the guy back being able to make a living.
One time we was in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
And we just smoked up a bunch of dope.
You and Beefcake?
Yes.
Okay.
And there was some beautiful girls. He was so fucked up that he rolled the window down and didn't know what to say. He goes, "Hey," and they just looked at, because what he used to tell us, and it was true, because he had a pretty good body. He would go to the strip clubs and he always called knee deep in, I hate to say this, knee deep in pussy. Can I say that?
Beefcake was?
Yes,
Yeah.
always. Yeah, man, he got the girls. But he would call it, like when they were, I never liked going to the strip bars because I want to get a normal girl first. And then if we fail, go to the strip bars. That was horrible, wasn't it?
No.
True.
It is what it is.
But old Beefer, and it was up in Buffalo, he goes, "If I go over there," I can't remember the name of the club, the strip club, "if I go over there, I'll be knee deep in pussy." And he did, every strip club he went to. Everybody.
Well, also in early 1991, we saw the return without Raymond, the return of Jacques Rougeau, which probably made Sergeant Slaughter happy.
He called me, I gave you his number.
Who?
Jacques.
Another one I've never heard from.
Well, give me Jacques Rougeau.
We'll do it. We'll talk about that after the show.
Okay, but yeah, I told him, I asked him about, yeah.
Well, you think Sarge was happy to see him back?
I don't know why they got problems.
I thought you said on one of our more recent episodes that they were very friendly.
Okay, what do you mean?
That they were friendly.
God damn, it's on TV. I don't think the Rougeaus ever had sex in the ass. I mean,
A little fellatio.
is that on TV?
Yeah. A little fellatio.
Even that? No.
Well, I thought you said there was a little something going on with Jacques and Sarge.
Where the hell did you hear that?
From you.
I ain't never said that.
Well, check out the archives
Sarge
on
does eat. He does.
fillet.
He's, yeah, nicest way to put it. It's kind of known now. Sarge does take dick.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know about
America's
Rougeau.
hero.
I don't know about Rougeaus. I don't think.
Well, either you're having a bad memory today, or you were getting creative the time you told the story. But you said
I don't think I told you that.
there was a little filleting going on.
One time I was sitting outside in the car, drunk as hell, and Vince, your boy, came. He came. It was a hotel. I remember I was out there drunk as shit. We had a whole bunch of beer, like a 12-pack, 14, 18-pack, whatever. I was dropping the beer cans out the window, right here by the car. And Vince walked up, he looked down at it, and he looked at me, and he goes, "Damn." That's all he did. He didn't fire me that time.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you saw him and Sarge in the bushes or something.
Nah.
No, all right. They were more
I don't
classy
think
about
that
it.
the Bushwhackers, one of them likes you.
I don't know about that.
Luke.
Well, he's a good man.
Yeah,
I've
he
known him a
is.
long time. I wish we could get him to be part of the family of talk shows, but
If you give him a phone, I'll call him.
well, I'd love for you to try and assist on that
Phone?
after the show.
Okay.
We'll put it down on a Post-it. We'll have a whole big list of them.
I told you, but you said he wants.
Well, we won't discuss that, but yeah,
yeah,
I
no,
just
TV. Okay.
much more than we'd had him for previously, which I don't. Well, it is what it is. But
But he gets it though. That's
happy to see Jacques Rougeau back. Only this time,
I love
not
Jacques.
as a Rougeau, he was the Mountie.
Yeah.
I always get my man was his theme song.
I never thought of it that way.
I always get my man. Dun-dun,
You know
dun,
they was.
dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm the Mountie. I'm handsome. I'm brave. I'm strong.
And you know what else they did? They sang some song or in
That's it. And
no. It was Young
they were the
Guns or
Quebecers?
something. Yeah, Young Guns or something. And it's when
That's the cue from the joke, man.
okay, eyebrows, but
Was that the second or the third? Second.
Okay.
But I think we started with Lou, did we not?
But
We did a segment with Lou.
I think we did.
So I think we got to end the show, unfortunately. All right, so
Shit.
finish this great story.
Okay. Remember, there was Jimmy Hart was the
Yeah,
manager.
was the manager, yeah.
And you know the megaphone thing, and I had to tell Sean we had to. He was so scared to do it. That I put a needle in his arm, and drove.
You put it in Sean's?
Yeah, he was scared.
Okay.
And
What was it, the gas?
Coco was right there too.
Was it the gas?
No. And when I pulled it, like when you stick a needle and shit.
Why were you putting a needle in his arm?
Blood, because we was gonna put it in. It's like so when they did the megaphone.
Oh, he'd cough it up.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, but we had to get it, out of the vein, and Coco was actually helping, and we pulled the needle. You have to stick it in, and then draw back slow. I don't know why I'm telling y'all this, but you pull back slow so the blood comes in slow. But if you pull back too fast, which I must have evidently done, I might have been drunk, and I pulled it back. And Coco, there was air bubbles. Coco was like, "No, you can't do that. No, you can't. Don't do that." We had to push it. Not the needle itself, but the thing you pull back to get the blood. And we had to push it back because air bubbles got in.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Could have killed the man to try and get a Jimmy Hart megaphone angle over.
And he did. Remember like when he did the thing?
Well, that was, again, 2 years ago in the timeline, but were you happy to see Jacques back as the Mountie?
He always gets his man.
He always gets his man.
There was one more time. I should not be telling y'all this, but I'm going to. I think I already told this. I think I did. Where the girl in the elevator?
Yes, you did. Yep.
Yeah.
Jacques was proud of himself.
It was Donna. It was Electra from ECW.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Jacques was proud of himself
had
that
one
he.
hell of an ass.
Yeah.
That girl had that, and she was pretty good in bed. Me and her dated for like 13 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And well, not dated, but yeah, she had excuse my language, but a great ass, and she had a little skirt, and I knew it'd be all right. And I pulled it up, because she had one of them thong things. Nice ass. And we was on the elevator, right? And Jacques like, okay. He told me the next day, that worked.
Now, I remember you telling us that one before, but, Jacques was what he was, I guess, at the end of the
Jacques
day.
a good brother.
Well, all right. He always got his man, too. You said Sarge was one of the men, though. I
didn't say that.
Well, we're going to have to review the video footage,
Yeah,
fan.
because I think you're wrong.
One thing you can do, fans, if you want to review some great video footage, head on over to patreon.com/Boston Wrestling, where you can relive hundreds and hundreds of full-length studio shoot interviews, our exclusive studio shoot interview DVD library that's been seen by millions online, millions around the world, literally millions online,
Damn.
millions on the Howard Stern Show, thanks to the Sheik. You get early ad-free access to all of our Wrestling Insider shows, Patreon exclusive videos, and the knowledge that yes, you are being able to help us bring these great legends into the studio. And now we know it's hard to tap into their schedules. Now the coronavirus is kind of slowly going away. What's that?
I think I got
Oh,
it.
please don't say that in this studio now. Just please.
No, I think I do.
No, you're fine. And again, get ready. It's the holiday season. Santa Claus is busy up on the North Pole. For us, that means the annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive, something that means so much to me that myself, Paul Bearer, and John Cena Sr. started before Paul Bearer passed away. As we like to say in wrestling terminology, we are out to update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid on his list this and every year. We're going to have great merchandise, great raffles galore. Continue to follow us on social media and BostonWrestling.com. For my Thursday night partner in crime, Marty Jannetty, I'm Dan Marotti. Oh, stop with this. Stop. What do you keep fucking with that for?
Because
the people look at you like a fool when you do that.
I don't care about that. You have to close. You
Wrestling fans, years have become months that have become weeks, and now we're talking days and even hours as Boston Wrestling MWF celebrates its 20th anniversary, going back to the 90s. Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. The superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow will take part in a live wrestling event, autograph photo, fan fest, VIP exclusive Q&A, plus the kickoff to our annual Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks toy drive. After Jimmy Kimmel embarrassed Melrose for, well, being Melrose, we're also going to have a superstar costume contest where best dressed wins an awesome autographed prize. On November the 13th, you'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blayze, a.k.a. Medusa, from WCW, WWE Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Marty Jannetty, the Doctor of Style Slick, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese, Portuguese Man of War Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact Wrestling World Champion Die Hard Eddie Edwards, JTG of Cryme Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, AEW's Jora Joe, and more. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at bostonwrestling.com. We'll see you live November the 13th.